we kind of talked about like how meditation kind of shifted me, and a lot of times, and not kind of, but did shift me for the greater. And a lot of times when people hear meditation, they instantly get kind of like tight, like I don't know how to meditate. I can't stop thinking. My mind doesn't work like that. I can't quiet. And so I've been hearing this since I started. And like I said before, I started meditation in 2017. It started off with me using Headspace, which is an app that now you have to pay for. Back when I started it, it was a free app. And you kind of just go on there and you put the duration of the time you want to. And throughout the time, it was only one voice, and it was like a man. I don't know if he was English or Australian, but he had like a accent or whatever, and his voice was just so soothing. But I would listen to him speak, and you can go in there, you could say meditation for anxiety, meditation for stress relief. And so, right when I started meditating, I had this friend, a guy who I was dating at the time, and he passed away in his sleep. And it was kind of like right before he passed away is when I started. And I feel like it's kind of what saved me too. And I still grieved. I still grieved because I'm human. But at the same time, I was able to like quiet my mind and kind of like just zone out. And it took away so much stress and anxiousness that I was feeling, because this was somebody for the last 2-3 years I was talking to every single last day. So it was the hardest thing I had ever experienced, but through meditation, it helped me, and Headspace helped me so much. And so, outside of using Headspace, I would go on YouTube and I would say like guided meditation for XYZ, and it just carried me. And the more I did it, the more I did it as a guided meditation, it helped me train my mind. And so the mind thinks an average to 35 to 45 minutes per second. So that's almost like 70,000 thoughts per day. So just think about it. If you're meditating and say your meditation is only 5 minutes, you already then thought about, let's see, let's do the math. 35 times 5. I'm childish. I gotta write it out. That's 25 regrouped to 2 is 35, 15. That's over 100 thoughts per minute. So, because meditation is a practice, what you do is like you sit up upright. So you'll just sit up straight, and in the movies they show you sitting with your legs crossed and your hands like this, and you can do that. And so let's just do it for a second. So then we'll close our eyes or soften our gaze, which means we're looking like softly straight ahead. And you just kind of bring your focus to your breath, and you breathe in through your nose and you release through your mouth. And every time a thought comes to surface, instead of sitting in that thought, ruminating and dwelling, you'll just bring your focus back to your breath. So let's just say you're breathing and you like, oh man, I forgot to take the chicken out. And then so the practice is to redirect your thoughts. So you'll let that thought be, you'll let it go, and then you'll bring your attention back onto your breath. So maybe we'll do it every time a thought come in, you'll breathe out loud. So shoot, I forgot to take the chicken out. You see how that works? So this is what you'll do, what people typically do instead. So they're breathing. Oh, I forgot to take the chicken out. Shoot, I should have put it in some water. even get potatoes? Oh, I didn't get potatoes. Okay, what is we gonna eat for dinner? Oh my god, what time is it? I can't keep sitting here. So then you'll just go in this train of thought where you think that you have to sit there. And it's like, no, you don't sit there, because the practice is the practice. So the practice is to bring your attention back onto your breath. And so the more you start to do that, the more your mind will know when that thought comes to surface, you let it go without judgment, and then you bring your attention back onto your breath. So when I guide people in a meditation, that's what I always say. I say, let's take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in, let it out, whatever. And then I'll say, bring your attention onto your breath. When thoughts come to surface, you let them go without judgment. I want you to set an intention for this practice. What is it that you would like to welcome in, and what is it that you would like to release? So then, every time you breathe in, you welcome that thing in, and every time you breathe out, you let that thing go. So that's kind of how I train myself, and that's how, when I work with other people, I show them how to do it. Because in my personal opinion, and per my research, and I got this book. Let me show you guys 1 second. So I have this book, Becoming Supernatural. And in this book, they talk about, or Dr. Joe Dispenza, he tells the story of this lady who was very ill, and I can't remember. It's been a while since I read the book, so I don't want to say exactly what she was ill from, but if I had to guess, it was cancer. And for whatever reason, she didn't want to go the traditional route, and she meditated. She meditated every single day, multiple times a day. She changed everything that she was doing, and she healed herself. So that goes back to my point of getting ready to say, in my opinion, per my research and my readings, meditation is the one single thing that will absolutely change your life. I don't know why I said mouth. Change your life in every pillar: mentally, spiritually, financially, physically. Like, the list goes on. And the problem is, as humans, we shallow breathe. And if you tell me that, meditation is breathing, and that I can do it anywhere, I can do it when I'm walking, when I'm washing the dishes, when I'm cleaning the house, when I'm playing with my children, when I'm working. And in my mind, I think, oh, I have to sit there with my legs Indian style, with my hands in the mudra, and close my eyes and just, not think a thought. Then of course I'll think that I can meditate while I'm doing these other things, when in fact meditation is the practice of breathing, like the intentional practice of breathing. So if we took our time to actually fully breathe throughout the day intentionally, instead of breathing on autopilot, because that's what the body does, our breaths will go more like. But when we shallow breathe, it's more like, and I'm exaggerating it so you can see that I'm taking short breaths. But even right now, while you're watching, how are you breathing? Are you breathing full breaths? Do you feel your belly expand and then your belly collapse? Or do you just feel like, I'm breathing because I have to? So meditation is a very, very, very intentional practice. And yes, I do recommend that at least 5 minutes of the day you sit with yourself, and you sit with your thoughts, and you learn to redirect your breaths, and keep doing that as a constant practice until you get it right, and then you can extend it. Because myself, I can meditate for 2 hours and it feels like 30 minutes. But if you don't have or can't find the time to do that daily, then maybe you should just, throughout the day, like I said, breathe intentionally, pay attention to how your belly expands and collapses, and you keep doing that. But meditation is just, it's amazing. And I really feel like since I've started, my life has completely changed. And there was a period where I stopped doing it, and I felt like, and the period was very short, very brief period. But that's because my life has shifted so fast. Like, since I started, and I'm like, oh, I can manifest my dream life. I can do this. I can do that. I want a husband. I want more children. And then when I got those things, it came so fast that I was not ready. And I was like, oh man, God, I didn't know it was going to come this fast all at one time. And it kind of like knocked me off my rockers. And I had to literally pick myself up and like shake myself, like, come on. Like, this is what you asked for. You're literally living in a prayer. And you literally manifested this so freaking fast that, you know, you got to catch your breath. Because I felt, that's how I felt. I felt like a rock was sitting on my chest, and I couldn't catch my breath. I was just breathing so fast, and I wasn't breathing intentionally. And though at the time he wasn't my husband, he is now, but though he was everything that I asked for, like, I literally wrote out a list, and from top to bottom, I just put every last quality that I wanted in a man. And he was everything. Even the description that I made of how I wanted him to look, he was that to a T. And so, the thing with meditation and attracting those things that you are calling in is about alignment. If you aren't aligned with what you're asking for, there's nothing you can do to manifest it. Not journaling, not lighting a candle, like none of that stuff that TikTok tells you can do to manifest will work if you're out of alignment. And that's just period. That's universal law. That's just how it works. And so the thing is, when you do write those things down, or when you do light that candle, if you manifest it fast, that's because it's time and you have aligned yourself with it. But if it takes 5 to 10 years or whatever, that's just because it's not time yet. That doesn't mean that it's not coming. That doesn't mean that you're not doing anything, that you're doing something wrong. It just means that you have to align. And I feel like the quickest form of alignment is through meditation. Now, you can do yoga. Yoga is a moving meditation. You can do, you can walk, you can work out, whatever meditation looks like to you. You can do those things, and they'll bring you closer to what it is that you want. But you can't just be sitting at home talking on your phone like, yeah, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get that. No, you're not. You're gonna keep on saying you're gonna get it, because it's never gonna come until you fully align yourself mentally to be able to handle the things that you're calling in. Because you can call something in, but if God doesn't feel that you're equipped enough to handle those things, once you get it, you won't even realize that you got it, because you're not ready yet. So that's how alignment works. But I just think that meditation is the most powerful tool that any one person can bring. And that's why on the documentary, The Secret, it's called The Secret, because it's a secret. They don't want you to know how powerful your mind is. Because if everybody is tapped in to them eternal affairs, there's nothing in the world, no form of government, no form of power that can take your autonomy away, because you're tapped in and you know that the only thing above you is your higher self, and the only thing above your higher self is God. So it's like, if you got a connection with your higher self, if you got a connection with God, what can man tell you? Nothing. Man can't tell you anything, because you are in control of you. So like I said last time, we're going to end each talk with a quick meditation, and we talked about it. I showed you it, so now let's put it to play. So I want you to get comfortable wherever you are. Make sure your back is straight. I want you to soften your gaze and close your eyes. Start to relax your face, relaxing your eyebrows, removing the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Let's drop your shoulders if they're sitting up tight. And let's put our hands in our lap and cross them, or sit with your palms straight up, whatever feels most comfortable to you. And let's take a deep breath in through your nose, releasing through your mouth. Again, in through your nose and releasing through your mouth. If your mind starts to wander, gently bring your attention back onto your breath, releasing those thoughts without judgment. I want you to be very, very, very intentional. What is it that you would like to welcome in? And what is it that you would like to release? With each inhale, you welcome that thing in. And with each exhale, you let go of what no longer serves you. I want to make sure that you're taking full deep breaths in through your nose, not through your mouth. If your mind starts to wander, gently bring your attention back onto your breath. Whenever you feel most ready, you can open your eyes. 3 minutes of just focusing on your breath can literally be the start of your dream life. I'm not being funny. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not putting 100 on 10. Meditation is the single most thing that will absolutely turn your life around 360 degrees in the blink of an eye. If you haven't tried it, try it. If you need more help, download the Headspace app. I think it's like $12.99 a month now, but that $12.99 can be the start of something different. Soon, very, very soon, I will have downloadable audios that you can listen to guide you into a meditation. Each 5, it'll be like 5, and they will all be for different things. This very soon, coming soon. Just try. If you don't want to do Headspace, do YouTube. Make sure you read the comments just to make sure that video that you choose is for you. because sometimes they can have like subliminals in it. People are evil, but that's another conversation. But yes, next week I'll see you guys, and I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I want you to subscribe, and only subscribe if you feel compelled to. I want this community to be full of people who feel pulled to make a difference to themselves. So it's no pressure. And if you did like it, subscribe and come back, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.